I'm not sure. Definitely a female. Let's see if I can get at least one side of the spot pattern on her face. Looks like a 3 or 4 on the right. Ephraim, she's now mobile south in the drainage line. I don't know if you can hear those brown-headed parrots calling. She is probably 30 meters, 40 meters, but in the Shkova from where those brown-headed parrots are calling. I saw a tail through the bush there. Trying to see if we can get through here. I haven't had a visual for a few seconds, but there she is. I've got it. She's moving directly parallel to us. Alex, if you see this big tree, just to the left of it, through the thicket. Moving very slowly. There she comes. Yeah, very, very thick, but she should come out into the open a little bit up ahead here. So she's just behind that thicket at the moment. So she's going to come slightly more open patch now. Good bit of educated guesswork. Ephraim coming. She's lying up now on the eastern side of the Shkova. If you come along Buffelshoek East, I will, when I get your vehicle audio, I'll let you know where to come in. Yeah, it's pretty good. She's lying on a elephant path. Negative, just come on the Ndlela. I don't think she's very far from the road. So now, when she looks at us, we can start trying to figure out who it is. Let's have a close look now. Oh, it suddenly got warm. After all that. This could be Karula. Having another look at her now that we're not moving and she's not moving. Ephraim, I'm directly opposite you. Ephraim, I think your best visual if you go past me a little bit and then come in just to the other side of that big knob thorn in front of you. So guys, who do you think it is? Send your answers to questions@wildearth.tv or just use the hashtag SafariLive on Twitter. Nice cool morning, so she might get up again. Well, there's a bit of excitement. Bit of excitement this morning. Following up on her. Oh. She's getting up again. Ephraim, she's mobile again. Still heading south. I've got a stick stuck. In my wheel arch, but it doesn't want to come out. Just watch out for those very sharp thorns on the left. Not sure if they've seen her yet. If they'd seen her, they would have barked. That's why she's not moving. See how slow and deliberate her movements are when there's a prey species around. I always love how the tail keeps moving though. It's almost like the sign of ultimate concentration. So the Nyala are 25-30 meters from her. Sean, come in. Sean, come in. The amnesia that is active at the moment is Rebecca Zoe's. So we're pretty sure now that this is Karula. So there's a nyala just behind a spikethorn thicket that's in front of her. They haven't moved very far. We can't really see them at the moment. We just sort of see the orange behind. So there's the nyala. Has that nyala spotted her? It's looking quite intently in her direction. But if the nyala is sure that there was a leopard there would be that very deep bark. And with lion and leopard, their success rate is only, depending on the area, it varies a bit, but just call it an average of around 20% of all hunts are successful. So if the nyala move or look away for long enough, that's when she will change position. I always thought leopard, when they sit like that, resemble the shape of a small termite mound. You must remember, animals don't see the same as we do, so they don't see that same definition that we do. They see in mostly greys and they look for movement more than anything else. That's why Karula is keeping so still at the moment. Nyala is actually coming towards her at the moment. There's the tail again. So she's moving away. Almost looks like she's decided not to hunt them. Moving between us and the other vehicle. And she's been spotted because she got up and moved. I don't know if you heard that bark there. Maybe she's just decided she's more thirsty than hungry. can hear that Nyala barking now. Well, good to see. I can see there's also a branch stuck under the other vehicle, so I'm not the only one dragging a tree with me. We're going to try to get around the front of it. I think she's going to go drink. FM, yeah. If we can get round to the Torchwood, we can normally get a good view from if they drink in that corner. Just going to stand by here for a minute. She might come down. Was she in that tiny little... Oh, she is. She's drinking. We just can't see her. She's in this tiny little hollow. And I'm just going to see if we can get a little bit closer. We're just too late. She was just hiding. We couldn't see her below that little branch there till I stood up. She might drink again though. Yeah, I know, but I don't think there's much we can do about it. Hopefully she moves through to a better area. And here is the queen of Djuma. Showing a scent mark on the quarry. She's trying to get around to where she is. Oopsie. She looks like she has fed quite well in the last couple of days. there's an elephant as well on the other side of the dam. You can just see the elephants through the trees. Still quite a way off. One station with Karula, Buffalo's Hook Dam, space for 2. A-firm. Copy, no problem. Also, Columbia and Drove at Buffalo's Hook Dam. There's a herd of elephants, looks like they're coming down to drink as well. And we've got some buffalo bulls. So we've got leopard, elephant and buffalo at Buffalo's Hook Dam for the second time in 10 days. The last time we had that was with Mvula. We're just going to move a little bit forward so Alex can see where the elephants are. Mark, do you copy me? Oh, squirrels just spotted Karula. And that, yep. I love the way when they've been spotted by something, the tail goes up. It's like, okay, you can see me. You can see me. Please stop shouting. Just gonna scent mark on that.
Check your head.
Yeah, the Nyala spotted her. She's now still mobile south along the eastern edge of Buffalo's Hook Dam. I think she might have been mating. If you have a look carefully when she stops again, maybe we can have a look. It looks like there's some bite marks on her nape that could easily be from a male while mating. Have a quick look at the elephants before we continue to follow the leopard. So they're on their way down to drink. And then we've got about 5 or 6 buffalo bulls. Oh, spotted by another squirrel. Okay, bye-bye elephants. We're gonna keep up with the queen. Andrew, what's Mark's position? Okay, copy. If he does make it up this side, there's no other vehicles showing interest in this sighting. See? Oh, she's changed direction again. There must be about 8 squirrels at the moment shouting at her.
How do they shout? I mean, leopards don't eat squirrels.
No, they do. If they can. Leopard will eat. Oh no, she's changed direction again. They're basically just letting everyone know that there's a leopard. So in squirrel that goes, leopard, 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 watch out, leopard. And in Nyala, when they go boom, it's also, watch out, leopard! Of course, she decides to go. I'm just going to cut across to the road, and then she's going to come out onto the road. Yeah, exactly. Very well described. Squirrels are like little motion detectors. They detect leopards, snakes, lions, occasionally, and also they also detect slender mongoose. Karula is now mobile south on Nyala Road north. See, once a leopard's been spotted, that tail comes up almost immediately. So to signify, relax guys, I'm not hunting. Not trying to eat you now, but I will later. Doing in there. Yeah, it does. This looks. Oh, she's moved in. On her neck, it does look like she's got some nape bites. That could be from mating. Oh no, please don't go down there. She's going back into a very, if she goes into this drainage line, I don't think there's many ways to follow her once she goes in there. I'm just going to go back to the road and loop around a bit. Hopefully she keeps going parallel, because if she does go into this drainage line here, it's the same drainage line where we had Kunyama, but quite a bit further north. But it is an incredibly difficult area to get a vehicle into. I've still got a visual of her. She's moving parallel to us at the moment, but in the thick bush. Oh no, it seems like she's turning further west into the drainage line. I'm just going to try to see if there's a way to get in. It is a little bit more open. We're hoping she was going to keep on this. Oh, there she is. She did. Just that. She's kept on this big elephant path that runs parallel to the road. Oh, now the lories have spotted her as well. Good morning, Jennifer from New York. Jennifer would like to know if she's been mating. Surely the male should be with her. Not if they've finished mating. If they've been mating for 4 or 5 days, that would be the end of it, and they would go their separate ways. or even 2 or 3 days, just depends. But it's very difficult to say whether that's mating, but it's quite distinct to have those nape bites in the back, and it looks, I don't know if anyone's ever seen leopards mating. It's quite a violent affair, because the male's penis is barbed. It is quite painful for the females. So what happens is the male, to stop the female sort of smacking him as he dismounts, or while he's mating with her, will bite the nape of her neck, sometimes quite hard, just to keep her down from retaliating. And that's why the dismounts are quite spectacular. With most of your cat species, lion and leopard, the males will often leap off the back of the females, and the females will swing around and try to swat them. And that's because it's quite painful. And the reason a male's penis is barbed is to try ensure conception.
How does it ensure conception?
Well, it's sort of to try and make sure none of the semen leaks out. So it hooks in and tries to make sure the semen is as deep inside as possible. Well, if she carries on that line, Alex, we're going to have some fun trying to stay with her. She heads towards the drainage line. Good morning, Reem. Welcome on Drive with us this morning. Reem would like to know, where does a leopard den? It's completely dependent on the area. A thick tangle of vegetation, a little cave like we saw Kunyuma in yesterday, termite mounds sometimes, little rocky outcrops. In areas where those things aren't available, leopards have been known to den in termite mounds. And then as the cubs get older, the den sites change. They'll move to large jackalberries or scotia trees near drainage lines, when the cubs can climb, so they can get away from predators by going up big trees. But when they're very small, it could just be a really thick tangle of vegetation. As I said, rocky outcrops, termite mounds, lots of different places. Quite often along the drainage lines. Oh, can you hear that? Elephant at Buffalo's Hook Dam. Oh, and all the cloud cover from this morning is burning off, and the sun is about to break through. just... Thanks very much, Bouleret, who says I'm a leopard whisperer, or wearing eau de leopard perfume. Well, actually, speaking about perfumes and leopards, it's actually quite a funny story. On camera traps, on leopard research projects, to get the leopards to look directly into the camera trap so they can get facial and spot patterns and whisker spot patterns, they use fancy, or they use perfumes, because leopards like smells, like cats, and they will often, if they smell a smell they like, they will sort of brush up against it and rub themselves on it. And it turns out that leopards have quite expensive taste. Apparently, in most of the studies done, the perfume that is the most favored by leopards throughout a wide area is a Chanel No. 5. So imagine that. That's quite an expensive process to get leopards to look into camera traps if you're spraying Chanel No. 5 all around the bush. Listening very carefully, testing the air. I think she might rest for a while, but as we know with leopards, they can get up and move in the middle of the day if they want to. No, Andy thinks I might have eaten buttered popcorn before drive, so I smell like a leopard scent mark. Oh, Andy, now I have a craving for buttered popcorn. That is one thing that's so incredible about the Sabi Sands and where we're based at the moment, is that the leopards here are just so relaxed. Very, very special place where you're able to follow leopards like this. I mean, leopards have been more or less protected in the Sabi Sands since the 60s, or early 60s. So it's close on 50 years.
That's how many generations?
Wow, how many generations? My maths is horrific. But let's just work on an average for a female leopard of 15 years, even though they can sometimes live a bit longer. So 50 divided by 15, is that right?
It's 4, but she has
multiple litters. Yeah, see, maths was never my strong point. Leopard whispering apparently is, though.
How many
litters? Are probably 5 to 6 successful litters. Let's call it 5. Let's keep the numbers easy.
So once every 3 years on average.
On average, let's call it 5 successful litters. She might have. So I don't know. You're good at maths, Alex.
So it's 20 generations of leopards.
20 generations of leopards, and that's from one leopard.
That's over the 60-year period.
60-year from one female leopard.
Yeah.
So, and how many female leopards are there in the Sabi Sands? I mean, in this area alone, I think there are 4, 5. So you're looking at 120 different generations.
No, but overall, over the time period, there's on average.
Oh, an average, yes. Okay. See, I told you maths wasn't my strong point. Well, thanks, Alex. So, overall, on using averages, because to make the maths easy, over 20 generations of leopards have been
How long before
protected.
Female leopard has first?
Also around 3.
Yeah. 20 generations.
Yeah, there's been about 20 generations of protected leopards in the Sabi Sands. That is an amazing, amazing stat. I mean, if you look at the Kruger National Park to the east of us, when that was first formed, all leopards, wild dogs, lions, hyenas, cheetah were shot on site as a management protocol to protect the impala and the zebra and the wildebeest. So, oh sorry, my hair's in the way. So in the beginning of the Kruger National Park, all predators were shot as a management tool, which is amazing to think. In those days, people didn't really understand the system itself, so they would look at the ecosystem in its individual pieces rather than looking at the whole system. Please don't head down to the drainage line. Of course we'll try follow, but I don't know this section of drainage line very well, but from what I've heard from Scott and Mark, it is very, very difficult in there. Andrew, come in. Andrew, can you find out Mark's position for me? Andrew, I think I might leave this leopard. There are lions moving towards Buffalo's Hook Dam. Okay, copy. I'm going to leave Karula and head towards those lines.